Ooh, avocado is just like your best friend. It's so good. Welcome back, YouTube fam. Well, I'm back again with another video on intermittent fasting. We're gonna talk about some meal plan options and some tips. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, comment, and share this video as well. Let's go. All right, so today I'm going to talk about some different meal plan options and some different tips that you can use along with intermittent fasting. So for me, like I told you in my last video, if you hadn't checked it out, make sure you check it out. I do the 16-8 fasting. So what that is that I have a 16-hour window. You can do that any 24 hours of the day. And then you have an 8-hour window where you can eat. Now, what you're eating, things of that nature, how much you're eating, that's up to you, depending on your goals and what you're trying to do. So for me, my schedule is I'm done eating by 8 p.m. And so then I resume and can have my next meal at 12 p.m. So when you do that, you decide how you want to do your meals. You decide if you want to do 3 meals, 2 meals, 1 meal, whatever. Again, you decide what you eat. That just depends on your goals. Like if you're trying to lose weight, well, of course you want to count those calories and count and look at everything that you're eating. If you're trying to maintain, you may not have to be so strict with, counting your calories. And then if you really want to get detailed, you can just look at the different things that you're eating in your diet and move accordingly that way. For me, like I said in my last video, I do this daily. I've been doing it for like over 2 years now. It works for me. It helps me maintain. Do I have a strict diet that I follow every day? No. And I do have cheat meals. So as far as the meal plan options, okay, I'm gonna give 2 options. I'm gonna give a vegan option and then I'm gonna give a non-vegan option, okay? Now, beginning of the year, personal story, I was really going hard being vegan. That was the decision I made. That's what I wanted to do. Bam. But since then, all honesty, I am just not strict 100% vegan. When I have my cheat meals, that's what I'm having, basically a non-vegan, maybe some meat included in that meal. And I'm good with it. And that's what I'm deciding to do. Like I said, you can decide how you want to do it in, any way you want to do it. But I have the 2 options because it was something I was doing. I researched it like so deep, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm able to give you the options and you decide, like if you want to do the non-vegan, if you want to do the vegan, you can even do a mix. Like you can just have like days that are meatless, or you can just be strict like Monday through Friday, weekends, whatever. It's really up to you, like how you want to do it. Like I said, it just really depends on your goals. So I'm just looking down at my phone here because I wrote down like all the different things that I ate and all the different options. So that's what I'm gonna let you guys know about. So as far as like the vegan options, with that, when you're doing vegan, you're doing no dairy, you're doing no meat. So it's pretty strict and it can be kind of rough at first. I'm not even going to lie, depending on like what your favorite foods are. For me with vegan, the hardest thing was cheese. I was not able to find I couldn't find any alternative cheese that worked for me. I'm sorry. None of that non-dairy cheese worked for me. So when I was strictly vegan, like when I was having my cheat day, it was probably something involving cheese. I'm gonna be quite honest with you. I love cheese. And so that was very hard. So for me being vegan, that was really the hardest thing was cheese. So my vegan options, like I would say when you're trying to really stick with the diet, and these are the goals for weight loss. Okay, I'm gonna say you're gonna wanna get a salad, okay? A salad, you want all those greens, you want those vegetables. Ooh. Now you do wanna watch that dressing. Don't go too overboard with the dressing, watch what kind of dressing you're using, that's important. Also too, you wanna fill up on vegetables. So like every meal you're wanting to fill up on some type of vegetable. Also too, you can incorporate like oatmeal, you can incorporate smoothies. Again, you want to watch those ingredients, making sure you're filling up with those fruits, those veggies. You can do different protein powders as well. Decide there are vegan powders and non-vegan, so it's just up to you. Also too, A good one that I had, like, you know, different Mexican alternatives were great. A good one was just like bean burritos, or you could just make like different little burritos. I've made like salad burritos, just things like that. Burrito bowls, you know, different burrito bowls. And then, of course, tacos, of course. So like we had like a great recipe. We had just like mushrooms and onions and everything mixed up in a taco. We also do, so we do a lot of the meat alternatives. So our favorite meat alternative would be the Beyond Meat. That would be our favorite one. You just take that thing, honey, you just season that meat up with those seasonings. It's just like a taco. You're not gonna know no difference. Now, for us, when it came to like whatever we're using as an alternative instead of cheese, avocado. Ooh, avocado is just like your best friend. It's so good. And it's just gonna kind of give you like, you know, a little bit of that feeling, a little bit of that taste, like, oh, I'm gonna have some cheese, but you're not really having cheese. But avocado is actually very good for you. Now, you don't wanna go overboard with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that because it is, you know, it's a high fat, but it's a good fat for you. So it really helps your, you know, your body burn fat. But again, it's not like you wanna go overboard with it, but oh my goodness. And I'm talking avocado, like, of course, I just talked about the Mexican dishes, excuse me. So, you know, we're talking about tacos, burrito bowls. But like, you just put avocado on anything. You can put it on salad, you put it on toast, you put it in smoothies. Like, it just goes a long way, and it is so good. And my favorite, I love guacamole. Oh my goodness, chips and guacamole. Oh, salsa. I'm all in. So those are just kind of some of the brief, you know, like vegan options there. That's what I'm gonna give you there for the vegan options. Now, if you wanna go to the non-vegan options, okay, obviously you have way more options here. So a lot of times a basic meal, you're gonna have like some sort of protein, which may be, you know, whatever meat that you're having. You wanna be portioning that out. You wanna be counting your calories on that, okay? You know, let's just keep it real. You know, you can have steak, but you can't be having, you know, 10-pound steaks every day. You know what I'm saying? Talking about you lose weight, like that's probably not gonna work. So, you know, you gotta watch your portions of your steak, your chickens, turkey, whatever protein you're using, but you definitely wanna get that protein. Again, mix it with some vegetables. So you wanna have the vegetables or a salad, have the salad mixed with the protein. It's pretty easy. There are so many recipes that you can find out there. You just make them your own. You just like find out and figure out like your favorite recipes. Also a good thing too is smoothies. I mean, you can bulk up smoothies with so many like just fruits and vegetables and the proteins, and it's really gonna fill you up so you're feeling full and it's gonna last. And then again, that's helping you burn that fat throughout the day. Again, remember, you're only eating in a certain window. So you're wanting to make sure that you're eating some, you know, some good foods that are gonna keep you right, keep you tight during that window. Because the whole thing is you're not trying to eat outside that window. You don't want that, you know, that munchy thing to hit you. So it's important. Just, you know, stick with it, stay on top of that. Now, the number one thing I'm gonna say is you have got to drink that water. And I'm talking like all day. Drinking water, staying hydrated is gonna be your best friend when you're fasting, and that's any type of fasting plan. Water, water, water. It's gonna be your best friend. It's gonna help you sustain you. You can have coffee, you can have teas, water. You can have these things while you're fasting. So I'm not talking about like just your, you know, your window of eating. No, outside of that, like you can have water. Hello. You can have, you know, teas, and also too, you can have, what did I just say? I forgot. Coffee, yes. I don't know how I could forget that. That's like my best friend every morning. Like, I've got to have that coffee. Now, again, while you're fasting, technically it's supposed to be black coffee. So be careful with the creamers and sugars. Like, and I just think the best way to get to it is you're gonna have to just wean yourself, basically. You're gonna have to just gradually, you know, the best way is probably you lighten up with the creamer, lighten up with the sugars. You'll get to a point though where you're good with the taste, because you probably just want, you know, if you're like me, you want that caffeine, you want that coffee every morning. And so you'll be able to back off, you know, with those because you know those creamers or sugars, that's really just a lot of extra calorie stuff you don't need. Now if you're having your cheat day and you want to get whatever your flavor, your latte, get it, have fun, do it. Because you know, coffee, that's a great thing too, where that's going to suppress your appetite, so that's going to help you you know, hold off from just wanting to overeat and, you know, do things you shouldn't be doing. But you just want to be careful with the caffeine because you know, everybody's body's different and you may be sensitive and you don't want to affect like your rest, okay? Because getting your rest is big for weight loss. I'm gonna be honest with you now, just sidebar, side note, getting that rest is important for weight loss. You want to make sure you're getting enough sleep at night. I fall victim of not doing that all the time, but I can tell you when I do, like, it just makes a world of difference. I'm just like, thank you Lord. So now I came across one of the Kardashians, Kourtney Kardashian. I'm sure we all know the Kardashians. And she actually does do intermittent fasting. She actually talked about it on her her site. What is it? Posh, just one of her sites, which is just like, she talked about everything, health, lifestyle, fashion, whatever. And so she talked about intermittent fasting. She talked about the different methods and everything. And she does the 16-8-2 and I think the 5-2. So I got some of her tips here and I just kind of wanted to share them with y'all just to kind of, you know, get your thoughts and what you think about them. I was reading these and I was like, I think they're all right. So let me get here. I'm on my phone trying to scroll through here. Let me get these tips here. Okay, so now these are the tips from Kourtney Kardashian. Now I'm reading these from her blog, from her site Posh, and reading them on my phone. So for her, she said that she stops eating dinner around 7 p.m. So that's it for her until the next morning. Okay, so she probably starts, if she's doing a 16-8, she starts eating around, she can have her first meal around 11 a.m. That's what works for her. Cool, no problem. Okay, so she says to squash a sweet craving, sip on hot green tea. Yes, I agree with that. That's a good one. Or water with a splash of apple cider vinegar. I've never done that. I've never thought about that. That sounds kind of interesting. I might try that. Let's see. She says if you are just hungry and you're just running around the kitchen. Oh, okay. She says try brushing your teeth to avoid eating for no reason. Now that is an interesting idea. I've never thought of that. I've never tried that, but I might look into that. Okay. Let's see. Now she says make a glass of chilled water and lemon slices. Make sure to drink 8 glasses of water a day. I've already told y'all drinking water all day, so yes. Also too, let's see here. Okay, while you're in your eating period, make sure when you're non-fasting and you're eating that you're eating good foods that help you stay fuller longer. Yep, that's what we just talked about, the proteins, eating good foods. Okay, she said there are intermittent fasting apps that can track and help you with your progress. That's true, there are apps, also apps to help you count your calories and stay on track. I did that in the beginning. I used the app to help with my calories, and so now it's just like it's memorized. I don't even use the app anymore, but it sends you alerts and it asks you like what's your meals, what you're doing, gives you tips, so that is good too. I do that. Okay, let's see. She says start your morning with black coffee or black tea, help curb your appetite. Yes, give you energy. We just talked about that. Yes. Let's see. Oh, a salt trick. Okay, what? Sprinkle a little salt on your wrist and lick it off to minimize cravings. Okay, I've never heard of this before. I've never done this before, but you know what? That might be something interesting too. I might check that out too. I've never heard that. Okay, and her last tip is keep a steady fitness schedule. Well, yep, exercise, working out. We know that's healthy for you all the way around. All right, well, those are the tips from the Kardashian. I mean, I agree with a lot of those tips. Those are actually pretty good. I know she's a celebrity, you know, she can do whatever she wants to her mind, body, whatever. But I'm just a regular everyday woman, you know, wife and mom, and I agree with a lot of those tips. There's a few new ones there with the salt licking. That was new. I've never never, you know, done or thought about that or whatever. And the brushing the teeth, that was quite interesting. So yeah, those are the tips from the Kardashians. But again, I really hope that I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope those meal plan options definitely help you out, and those tips help you out as well as you are on your journey with intermittent fasting. Make sure that you subscribe, like, comment, share the video, and if you have any other questions, make sure that you drop them in the comments below and let me know, and just let me know how things are going. That's it for today. Bye.